A wildlife center in the foothills taking in the most fawns they have seen in decades, and they're gearing up to be released into the wild very soon.
Your reporter covering El Dorado County, Shelby Riley, with the important work of the Sierra Wildlife Rescue.
A fawn getting ready to be released into the wild in the coming weeks to be on its own.
We had more calls and took in more fawns than any other year.
Dave Cook, fawn rehabilitator for Sierra Wildlife Rescue, has an enclosure on his property. He says 1/3 of the fawns they take in are orphaned and 2/3 are injured.
The main thing again is to feed them remotely. We do it in a way so they don't see humans, so they don't become tame.
Cook says he recently picked up number 110. He says the orphans are pretty easy to work with, but the injured fawns can be tricky.
The older injured fawns that come in later in the summer, the trick there is to keep them from becoming so stressed by captivity and human handling that they die of the stress.
The fawns are fed until they are big enough to be released, which is about 4 months of age. Sierra Wildlife Rescue has several enclosures like his across El Dorado County.
But we go from the bottles to a bucket, to leaves, to release.
Marty Owen also has an enclosure on her property and has about 13 fawns. Cook says since they are primarily a volunteer-based organization, donations are always appreciated, but nothing beats putting in your time.
To me, it's even more priceless when it's a volunteer, because the money's needed, but if we're ever limited or stretched thin, it's from a lack of volunteer hours.